Hi, and welcome to M. Claire's Yoga and Wellness channel. Today we're going to do a yin flow, and that's going to begin with a bit of relaxation and breathing exercises. Then we're going to move on into some strength work and then end off the practice with a bit more relaxation. It's peaceful, it's calm, it's to help the body just find that calming place that we don't often get to. You know, it's great to do our power yogas and it's great to find that yang and that big fiery flows. But what we really need to do more often than not is to actually come back to that nice peaceful resting place where we allow our body to just be and enjoy holding the poses for a little longer and getting the benefits of the stretching. So with that being said, we're going to start off with our breathing exercises. So come into a nice, comfortable, easy position. Place your hands on your knees. They can either just hold them, you can turn the palms up, wherever feels best for you right now. And I want you just to close your eyes, and I want you to sit up straight, keep your shoulders down, and we're just going to do some inhale and exhales, but we're going to inhale for 2, hold, and then exhale it all out again. And we're going to do this 6 times. So just to get ourselves ready and calm and relaxed and ready for the rest of the flow. Okay, so get comfortable, sit up straight, and inhale through the nose. Hold it. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And our last one. Inhale. And exhale. And open your eyes. Okay, while we're sitting in a nice, easy position, I want you to place your right hand next to your body. And we're just going to reach on up and just do some nice bends side to side, just waking up the side of our body. And this can be a really small movement if you're quite stiff and you're holding a lot of tightness in the body. So just work with yourself and ease on into it. Then we're going to hold it here. Look on up to the ceiling. Extend that hand. And if you can also come all the way down to your forearm. But just make sure that your sit bones are firmly on the mat. And just breathe and ease into these poses. And then when you're ready, we're going to come forward and come all the way around to the other side. Coming up, and again adding those little movements side to side, just waking up the side of our body. And then when we're ready, we're going to hold here, coming to wherever feels comfortable. Look up to the ceiling and just relax into these poses. Focus on your breathing, inhales and exhales. Allowing any stress that you've had from today or the week to just release and your mind to calm down. And all those racing thoughts, try and allow them to just come and go. And like I said, focus on the breathing. And then come on round, set on up. I want us to do some shoulder rolls here. Bring your shoulders up towards your ears and all the way around. Nice circles. And then the other way. Then come back to neutral. And here we're going to tilt the tailbone and then push our chest up, looking towards the ceiling. And then tilt the tailbone, bringing our chin towards our chest. And then look up towards the ceiling. Just getting some mobility into the spine and waking up the body. Last one. Come on up. Here we're going to bring our ear towards our right shoulder, and just try and keep those shoulders down, alleviating any tension in the neck. And then change sides, bringing your left ear towards your left shoulder. And again, keeping those shoulders down, sitting up straight. Then come on back up. Interlace your fingers, take them behind you, and you want to reach your hands towards the floor, push through your chest, and look up towards the ceiling. And breathe. And we're going to bring our hands, if you can, come forward and bring your hands towards the front of the room. Now, if you find this too difficult or you're too stiff, just sit wherever you are and just see if by sitting in the position for a little longer that you can go a little further and any of that tension dissipates. Come on up, and then just look towards your right side, bringing your hands towards the left. Look up towards the ceiling. Then come on back through the center. Look towards your left. bringing your hands towards the right and look up towards the ceiling. Just opening up the shoulders here. Again, if we have, busy day jobs where we're sat at our desks, hunched over, this is really nice to just open up the shoulders and alleviate some of that tension. Then come back to the center. Bring your hands back to your knees. And here we're going to add a little spinal twist. So I want you to take your left hand towards your right knee, and then you're just going to take your right hand, place it right behind you and look over your right shoulder. Sit up straight and add that lovely spinal twist. Make sure your spines are nice and long, shoulders down. Then come on back, change sides, place your hand on your left knee and your left hand behind you. Sit up straight and then twist looking over your left shoulder. Then come on back to the center. Place your hands in front of the mat and you're just going to come up onto all fours into our tabletop. And here we're going to do some cat-cows, but we're going to do them nice and slowly, and we're going to do them in a bit of a wave-like motion as well. So we're going to come back towards our heels. We're going to tilt our tailbone, tucking our chin towards our chest, pushing through our hands, really rounding that back. Hold it here. So you can really open up the back here, the upper back. And then you're going to tilt the tailbone, push your hips up towards the ceiling, and you're going to look up towards the sky. And feel this lovely movement in the spine. And then we're going to come back towards our heels. Tilt that tailbone, get your chin towards your chest. Push through your hands, pull the mat apart. Really arch that back. And then tilt those hips, look up towards the ceiling. And then come back to neutral. From here, we're going to touch our toes and then bring our knees to the outside of our mat, and we're going to sink back into our child's pose. Bringing your hands towards the front of your mat, bringing your chest towards the floor, and you're just going to relax here and opening up those hips a little bit too. You can bring your forehead also touching the mat if you feel comfortable. Then take your hands, interlace your fingers, and you're just going to bring your hands over the top of your head to really get into the backs of your arms and into your back. Come on out. Bring your knees together, tuck your toes, and let's push on up into our first downward facing dog. Our aim is to get our heels towards the floor or the mat, but if you are very tight in the hamstrings, this might take some time. So just stay in this pose and relax, focus on your breathing, and let's see if you find it gets easier as we move through the rest of the flow. And push through your hands, sink your chest towards the floor, and just hold it here. And step your right foot forward, coming into our high lunge. We're going to just hold it here, sink your hips. If you can, place your hands flat on the floor. If you can't, that's not a problem. Just go to wherever is most comfortable for you. And just hold this. Make sure that you're pushing your back heel towards the mat and you've got a nice long leg. Feeling the opening of the groin. Then you're going to add a twist here if this feels good for you. Leave your left hand next to your right foot and you're just going to extend your right arm towards the ceiling, adding this nice twist. Then you're going to drop your back knee into a low lunge and then you're going to reach for that left foot and bring it towards your glute. Adding a nice quadricep stretch here, looking over your shoulder towards the back of the room. Then let go of that back leg. Come into the low lunge. Stay here, again sinking your hips. Tuck that back toe, come back into our high lunge, step back into plank, hold it here. If you need to use your knees on the floor, please do so. Otherwise, nice long backs, push through your hands, shoulders down, engage your core, and breathe here. And let's come through our chaturanga. Come down, push up to our upward facing dog, shoulders down, keep your toes together, thighs off the floor if you can. And then push back into our downward facing dog. Breathe here. And then step forward with your left foot in between your hands into that high lunge again, trying to get the heel towards the floor. And if you can, with your hands down to the mat. If you're tighter on one side, that's completely normal. It might take you just a little bit to get into it. And you might find that as you allow that body to relax, that you can actually deepen the stretch. Just make sure the back leg is nice and straight and you're pushing that heel towards the floor, really sinking those hips to get that lovely deep stretch in the groin. And then from here, you're going to leave your right hand on the mat next to your foot, and you're going to add that nice twist, reaching your left hand towards the ceiling and looking up towards that top hand. And then we're going to drop the back knee and reach for that back foot, bringing your heel towards your glute, coming into that really nice quadricep stretch and holding it here. And the beautiful thing with the yin flow is that we do strengthen, but with the holding of poses, we allow that tension to release, allowing our body to feel at peace and calm, which is what we want to do with one of our lovely yin flows. And then release that back leg, come forward into our low lunge. And again, we just want to sink our hips, deepening that stretch, focusing on our breathing and allowing any stiffness, tension to just dissipate. And then when you're ready, tuck that back foot, come back into the high lunge, hold it for a brief second, and then come back into our plank. Hold our plank again here. Engage your core. Try and have nice long flat backs. Like I said, if this is too difficult, please feel free to go down onto your knees. Last 2 breaths here. And then through your chaturanga, upward facing dog. Hold it here. Lift those thighs off the mat. Then tuck your toes and push back into our downward facing dog. Hold it again here. Focus on your breathing. Then we're going to take that right foot, we're going to step it slightly through, coming into our Skidasana. If you need to, hold your hand, use your hands for balance on the mat here. Otherwise, if you're comfortable in this position, you're going to bring your hands into prayer position, using that right elbow to push out the knee, extend the foot and sink into the pose. Really trying to get that lovely deep stretch down the back of the hamstrings. I mean, one of my favorite poses is Skidasana. Just breathe through it. And then we're going to place our hands on the floor and we're going to Skidasana to the back of the mat. Again, using your hands for stability if you need to. Otherwise, bring your hands into prayer position. And again, sink those hips down Don't collapse onto the floor though. You want to have an extended leg, but it wants to be engaged. So you want to actually feel the stretch. We're not just sitting on the floor just yet. And extend that foot to increase the stretch down the back of your calf as well as your hamstring. And then we're going to use our hands coming up into our wide-legged forward fold. Place your hands in the center of the mat. You're just going to fold forward to wherever feels comfortable. You can either hold on to your ankles here, you can reach back behind you, you can put your forearms on the floor, wherever feels comfortable. And then the aim is to place your forehead on the floor and just relax here. And the wider your legs are apart, the easier it is. So if you are very flexible, you can bring your feet closer together and also pigeon toe your feet inwards to also help you with your balance. And come on up and just slightly bring your feet inwards, coming into our malasana, our wide-legged yogic squat, and you're just going to sink down again, using your elbows to push your knees out. Come as close to the floor as you can, sit up straight, and again you're just going to sit here and feel the benefits. You can also add a little bit of movement with your head going side to side, just to also alleviate any tension you might find in your neck, or you can just stay centered and grounded in our malasana. And for those of you that are new to this or you find this quite difficult, I also used to find this quite hard when I first started. It does take practice. So if you're up on your tippy toes and you can't sink down and this is very uncomfortable, just ease yourself into it. Try it, sit into it as long as you can, see if those feet slowly come towards the floor or the mat, and just be patient with yourself. This isn't a race. This is just about working with your own body and listening to it and allowing yourself to move through the poses at your own pace. Now what we're going to do is place our hands behind and just sit on down and come into our butterfly pose. Bring your soles of your feet together. Get hold of your feet. You might be all the way up here. That's okay too. And your aim is to eventually try and bring your knees down towards the mat and bring your heels close to the body. And again, keeping your shoulders down and just focusing on your breathing. If you'd like to deepen this stretch, you please feel free to also bring your head towards the floor or to your feet. It's entirely up to you wherever you are in your practice. Then come on up. Leave your left foot close to the body and extend your right leg to the outside of the mat. And you can either stay here or you can place your forearm on the floor and you can add that nice little side bend, looking up towards the ceiling and reaching that hand towards your foot if you would like to, or keeping it at this nice angle. Just listen to your body. So if you're very flexible and you find this very easy, reach towards your toes. If you find this very hard, just stay upright and just feel the benefit of being in this position. Okay, like I said, just listen to your own body. This is all about finding that balance and that peace within yourself, not anyone else. This is your practice. And then come on up and then change sides. Bring that right foot in towards the body, extend the left foot, and again, you can either stay here or you can add just a little bend like this, or place your forearm on the floor and reach over. You can come towards your toes. Like I said, whatever feels good for you. And then look up towards the ceiling. Then sit on up. Come into either an easy position or you can come into lotus. And we're going to, again, like we did at the beginning of the practice, we're going to do some breathing exercises here. So put your hands comfortable wherever they feel good. You can either sit them in a prayer position, you can keep them palms facing up or holding onto your knees, whatever feels good for you. And we're just going to do the same breathing exercises we did at the beginning, 6 times, focusing on our inhales, holding it at the top, and then releasing it with our exhales. Okay, and you can close your eyes, keep them open, whatever feels good. Okay, ready? Inhale. Exhale. Again, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Halfway. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And last one. Inhale. And exhale. Open your eyes. Come into an easy position. Thank you so much for joining me today on this yin flow. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you feel much more relaxed and at peace and calm, and I hope your body feels much better. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please, if you did enjoy it, please like, subscribe, share it with friends and family, and let's grow this channel. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you.